Welcome to Fenrir channel. Today introduce 5 experienced a terrifying movie. Undoubtedly, you've experienced a terrifying movie that made you want to leave the theater. Making a scary movie is an absurd experience and end of itself. But occasionally it also involves experiencing extreme fear or coping with distressing events. When a film scene is important, it might need to be made with a little more interruption, which could place a lot of strain on the staff.
About my reputation.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose 2005. Having your surroundings begin to play with you is the surest way to make you feel like you're actually in a real exorcism film. The 2005 horror film directed by Scott Derrickson was a revivifying surprise, reimagining the genre and resetting our sense of terror to a whole new level. Derrickson's reputation as a filmmaker who favors works that create a lasting feeling of fear has been solidified by his work on such iconic horror films as Hellraiser, Deliver Us from Evil, and Sinister. To ramp up the experience, paranormal activity reportedly occurred during the filming of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, leaving the cast and crew wondering whether they were at the right place at the wrong time.
You to give her any medical help?
Jennifer Carpenter, who played the lead in the film, reported that the atmosphere on set was so stressful that her radio alarm would turn on and off randomly, always playing Pearl Jam's Alive. In fact, according to the star, "I thought about that when it happened, and 2 or 3 times when I was going to sleep, my radio came on by itself. The only time it scared me was once because it was really loud, and it was Pearl Jam's Alive. Laura's TV came on a couple of times."
There are forces surrounding this trial.
There have been other reports from other cast members of their radios and or TVs turning on without any intervention. Like Carpenter, they had heard the hit song by Pearl Jam. Given the unsettling nature of these encounters, the cast and crew asked that their hotel eliminate all radios.
It has begun.
God.
We're gonna have the greatest house.
In this adaptation of the 1979 classic, George and Kathy Lutz and their 3 children move into a lavish Long Island estate and quickly learn that they aren't alone.
There was a crime, a murder in the house.
The film, directed by Andrew Douglas, is a high-quality representation of the supernatural horror subgenre at its peak in 2005. Some genuinely terrifying incidents occurred on set, however, making the cast and crew excessively scared to continue working on the film. So, what kind of eerie events then began to take place specifically? For starters, shortly before the shooting began, the body of a dead fisherman washed up on the riverside adjacent to the main house, already an extremely bad sign. Other strange things happened to the cast and crew of the movie. Many of them reported that they would frequently wake up at 3:15 a.m. throughout their week, which was the time that Ronald DeFeo, the Amityville killer, murdered his family, which serves as the basis for the real story in the movie. The story of this movie has been recounted from many various perspectives, but the cast and crew's perspective is one of the scariest.
We need to get out.
I'm sanctifying this house.
Open the door! It's not opening! I can't open it! George?
Another great horror picture was released in 2010, and it was directed by James Wan, who also helmed Saw and Dead Silence, all of which are considered classics in the horror film canon. In this landmark picture, a family fights to prevent their sick child from being abducted by evil spirits and brought to a realm they call the Further. Rose Byrne, who portrays Renee Lambert in the film, has remarked that the home was so frightening that she used to get creeped out while shooting. She claimed it made strange, creaking noises and had weird, odorous smells.
I know someone who can help.
She has described how unsettling it was to be on set during filming, particularly because of the constant noise and activity alongside the film team. For an actress who has been in several thrillers and horror films, this is a particularly chilling admission.
It's not the house that's haunted. It's your son.
The Exorcist cemented itself in cinema history by having people practically collapse in the theater at times out of utter shock at what they witnessed. If not iconically renowned as the archetypal horror picture, or merely one of the scariest movies ever produced, a movie like this had simply never been done before. And if you thought Hitchcock's Psycho was freaky, this movie was downright horrifying. This was due to the fact that, in addition to scaring audiences throughout the world, certain really disturbing things also afflicted the cast and crew while the movie was being made. Some of these incidents included one in which Regan McNeil, who plays the actress who is possessed in the movie, really had her home burned down while the movie was being made, forcing a 6-week production pause. This is in addition to the fact that several crew members died while filming the movie, and unbelievable injuries occurred, including Chris McNeil, Regan's mother, having a spinal injury. In addition, the writers said that strange and unsettling scary things used to happen to them away from the set. This is a significant number of disruptions for one popular film, yet horror history will remember this iconic picture regardless.
To depart from the servant of God. It's the power.
Clowns are terrifying, and the remakes of this classic Stephen King tale have reminded the world of this. 7 misfit preteens in 1960s America face up against a child-killing monster dressed as a clown. When the monster returns to their homeland 30 years later, they band together to destroy it. In fact, many of the crew didn't want to be near the original Pennywise since he was so terrifying and disturbing during filming.
Killed my brother George, you bastard!
His makeup was so realistic that it scared the youngsters and the cast and crew of the set where the film was produced. In addition, the team was unsettled by the fact that certain props and equipment were so rusty that they had to be kept from being touched lest they get tetanus. Weird things happening on set are part of what makes these kinds of movies so entertaining, but the cast and crew deserve serious credit for rolling with the punches. See you next video. Thank you.